So Alexandra, there's this lady, her name is Susie Allison.
All right.
And she has come up with a new trend in parenting. And it's called Sittervising. Have you heard of it?
No.
Really? Come on.
I don't know the new parenting trend.
Okay. So really, it's Sittervising. And when I heard it, I thought it was interesting. And it's okay, let me take a little bit of, do some research and check it out. And to my surprise, it was right up my alley.
Perfect.
Because it's been something that I've been doing all my life as a parent. So I was like, yes, there is a word, there is a terminology for this thing that I've been doing that is just the best. So let's talk about it.
All right. Well, I'm Alexandra Lilly.
I'm Donna Palmer.
And we are going to discuss this new trend called Sittervising. Hope I got that right. Okay, but before we get started on this exciting new trend, don't forget to click the subscribe button and that bell so that you are notified anytime we release a new video on how to handle your child's challenging behaviors. So who are we to talk about this trend? I'm a parent. Donna is a parent. I'm a brain development coach working with kids for many years now. Donna has worked with children in the classroom for over
25 years.
So,
and my kids are grown, so I've been a parent a long time.
Yeah, so we got a lot to say.
Yeah, we do. For real.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Okay, on a serious note. What is this Sittervising? Like, what is that? What is it?
Really, it's really simple. Okay. It's the way you supervise your kids.
Okay.
And really what she's saying is that you don't need to be that helicopter parent. You don't need to be involved in everything that your kids are doing all the time. You can literally sit back and let your kids play without intervening in their play or getting involved in what they're doing all the time. She even talked about when they're playing, we really shouldn't go in and interrupt it, because there's sometimes our kids are building with Legos and we want to get in there and like, oh Johnny, what are you building? Oh wow, that's a nice tower you're building. And we just get in there and we feel like we always have to be commenting and affirming and praising. And really she's saying that's not necessary. We could just leave them to be, and that encourages more creativity.
We're not interrupting their play, their imaginative play,
exactly.
Their creative play. So there's a term for it.
Sittervising.
So we've been doing it right.
Yes. Do you know, Alexandra, as I was listening to her, one of the thought that came to my mind, and it's something we've talked about many times, and it's something that we really believe in, is that my child is a part of my life. Not the center of my life.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's a concept that parents has a very, very difficult time wrapping their minds around. I know when my kids were young, I didn't do, everything that I did wasn't about them. I did a lot of things because I had to see about me too.
You continue to do the things you've always done before kids. You've just involved them.
Exactly. Right? So they weren't really the center of my life. They're a part of my life. And I think about, she was even talking about our kids in the playground. If we go in the playground, we can sit on the bench.
It's okay to sit on the bench and drink your coffee.
Exactly. So I remember when my kids were young, my two boys, I would sit on the bench and
me too.
They would be playing, and I think the only time I would probably get in there is if they wanted me to push them on the swing or the seesaw or something, but for the most part, I would be sitting on the bench.
Sittervising.
Exactly. Exactly. Or, there are times when we would go to McDonald's and we'd go in I'll let them in the play place, and my sisters and I, we would sit and have our coffee. And we were Sittervising. Right?
Look at that. We've been doing it right. Now there's a word for it.
I know.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting. So really at the end of the day, that's what Sittervising is.
Okay.
It's like you know, take a step back, allow your kids to be, you know, I mean, you come home from work, and there's so many times, like, I go to my friend's home, and I remember I went to one of my friend's home, and in her living room, there was all the toys, even the outdoor toys were inside. And I was asking her, why do you have all the toys in your living room? And she goes, well, her living room and her kitchen are just adjacent to each other. She goes, because when I'm cooking, I need to see him. If he doesn't see me when he's playing, he gets upset. And in my mind, I'm like, no, you should be able to cook dinner, and your child who's...
Be in another room.
Yeah,
Yes.
4-year-old child could be in another room entertaining themselves. And you know what? I think it's something that we don't talk about and parents don't know. It is age appropriate. It's a developmental level where kids should be entertaining themselves.
Yep.
Like, we should not be, when your child turns toddler age and they are gaining that independence, that's a time when they can be playing by themselves. You're in the room, right? So you can Sittervise.
You can Sittervise. Yeah. Make your dinner and Sittervise.
Exactly. I could be making my dinner. My child is in the living room playing. I'm always listening.
Of course.
Right? I'm always listening to hear what's going on. I might come in and take a peek to ensure everything is safe. Everybody's good, and continue with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So really, at the end of the day, letting our kids do their own thing without...
It's okay, and you can get rid of that mom guilt. The guilt of like, oh, I didn't play with my kids today. I didn't spend enough time. But just remember that their own creative play and their own imaginative play is building new skills and building their brain. So Sittervising is a good thing. I like this trend.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. We've been doing it.
Of course, we've been doing it, so of course we love it.
We've been doing it forever. And you know what? It's really liberating to hear somebody. Yeah. So I'm really glad for this lady,
Susie Allison. We're
right?
gonna remember her.
Yes, I'm really glad for her that she was able to be so innovative and coming up with a term for it, and helping us as parents to know that, listen, you don't need to be that helicopter parent. You don't need to be in what your kids are doing all the time. You can take a break. You can drink your coffee. You can have a play date when you have a play date with your friends and their kids. You know what? Sit and enjoy a cup of coffee while the kids play.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah. And guess what? We're teaching our kids to be independent.
Yes, and
right?
that's an important skill that sometimes we don't realize, I think.
Yeah. Maybe some of you have been Sittervising. Drop a comment. Let us know. It's a new trend, but it's ironic.
Been around for a long time.
It's been a long. My oldest child is 29, so it's been around for a long time. It's not really new, but it's nice. It's nice that in this day and age, we can hear somebody really say it's okay.
Recognizing that,
yeah, it's okay to Sittervise.
Yeah. So thank you, Susie Allison.
Yes, we're all for Sittervising.
Yeah.
You should try it. It's gonna work for you.
All right, so be sure to check out our next video where we're going to be discussing the new latest trend on parenting.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you later.